So, do you ever feel like you're just constantly playing catch-up? Like the day starts and you're already behind the eight ball? Well, today, we're going to dig into a blueprint for really transforming your life. And it's not by changing everything all at once, but by mastering just one thing, your morning. Okay, let's get into it.
Oh, we've all been there, right? It's 2 a.m., you're staring at the ceiling, and you get this massive burst of motivation. You make these huge promises to yourself that tomorrow is the day. You're going to wake up early, you're going to hit the gym, you'll finally tackle that big project. But then that alarm goes off and that promise just kind of melts away into 5 or 10 more minutes of sleep.
And when you finally do drag yourself out of bed, this is what you're up against. You're not really starting your day, you're just reacting to a day that's already in full swing. Emails are pinging, notifications are popping up, other people's problems are already your problems. You're basically trying to jump onto a train that left the station an hour ago.
And this kicks off a really nasty cycle. You hit snooze, you get a little jolt of stress. You hit it again, another jolt. Then finally, this horrible blaring alarm rips you out of your sleep and your heart rate is just through the roof before your feet even touch the floor. You're starting your day not in a state of control, but in pure, panicked survival mode.
You know, this has become the default setting for so many of us. We're just passengers in our own lives, reacting to emails, scrolling through feeds, stressing about the next thing. But what if you could actually shift from being the passenger to being the one in the driver's seat?
That's really the whole idea behind this 5 a.m. routine. But look, don't think of it as some punishing, rigid schedule. It's so much better to think of it as a blueprint, a real, actionable framework for taking back control of your day, your mind, and your life, all before most of the world has even had its first cup of coffee.
And this blueprint is broken down into 5 simple steps that build on each other. We're going to dive into each one, but you can see right away it's a whole system. It's designed to intentionally stack these small wins that cover you physically, mentally, and emotionally, to really set the tone for the entire day.
So, let's start at the very beginning. The most crucial part is how you wake up. It's not just about opening your eyes, right? It's about sending a clear signal to your body and your brain that a new, intentional day has just started. And that very first action is as simple as it gets: rehydration.
So here's the play. Ditch that awful, jarring alarm that just spikes your stress. Instead, try something like a sunrise clock that gently lights up the room, like a natural dawn. And then, before you even think about coffee, before you touch your phone, drink 1 glass of water. Think about it. You haven't had a drop of water for 7 or 8 hours. Your body is thirsty. This simple act wakes up your brain, your metabolism, everything. And it sends that powerful first message of the day: I'm alive and I'm in control. Okay, now that you've hydrated your insides, it's time to wake up your physical body. And this is not about some crazy, intense, hour-long workout. Nope, it's about combining some gentle movement with a really key biological trigger: light.
Seriously, the goal here is just to get your blood flowing. 10 minutes of stretching, a quick walk around the block, that is more than enough to release those feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. But the real secret weapon here? Sunlight. Getting just 5 minutes of natural light into your eyes is this incredible biological hack. It tells your brain to stop making the sleep hormone melatonin and start making the stuff that gives you energy and focus. It literally tells your body, hey, it's daytime, let's go.
All right, your body is awake. Now it's time to check in with your mind. This step is all about creating this little pocket of quiet and clarity before the noise of the world comes rushing in. It's about building some proactive peace, so you're not just dealing with reactive stress all day. This is a really powerful 1-2 punch. First, just 5 minutes of meditation or even just some simple deep breathing. This practice creates a little buffer between something happening and you reacting to it, which is a superpower for the rest of your day. Then, you grab a notebook and just jot down 3 things: something you're grateful for, how you honestly feel in this moment, and what is your number 1 focus for today. Doing this puts you firmly back in the driver's seat.
So now, with a calm body and a focused mind, you have this precious, almost sacred window of time. It might be 6 a.m., the house is quiet, the world is quiet, and your phone is off. This is your time for real, intentional, distraction-free growth.
You can use this time for whatever fuels you. Read 10 pages of a book. Spend 15 minutes on Duolingo learning a new language. Watch a tutorial for a skill you've always wanted to learn. The key here isn't to become an expert overnight. It's all about the magic of the compound effect, those small, consistent steps toward getting better, taken day after day before the world has a chance to steal your focus.
All right, we made it to the final step of the blueprint. You've woken your body, you've cleared your mind, and you've fed your brain. Now it's time to fuel up and set what we'll call your success autopilot for the day ahead.
This last step has a few parts. First, a protein-rich breakfast to give you sustained energy, not a sugary crash. Then, you look at your to-do list and you identify the one thing, the single most important task that will make today a win. And finally, you do this powerful 30-second visualization. You just close your eyes and see yourself succeeding, handling whatever challenges pop up with total calm and confidence. It's a tiny practice that primes your brain to look for solutions, not just problems.
Okay, now this all sounds amazing in theory, but let's be real for a second. The first few times you try to wake up at 5 a.m., it can be, well, pretty brutal. Building any new habit means pushing through resistance. So to make this thing actually stick, you need a smart, sustainable approach, not just raw willpower.
A lot of people fail because they fall into these really common traps. They have this all-or-nothing attitude, where if they sleep in one day, the whole thing is a failure. No! The key is consistency over perfection. So what if you only do 3 of the 5 steps one morning? That's still a huge win. And it's so important that you personalize this. If meditation isn't your thing, maybe try a walk in silence instead. This isn't a rigid rule book, it's a flexible framework.
The name of the game is reducing friction. You want to make it as easy as possible to succeed. Lay your workout clothes out the night before. Put your phone in another room. That one is a game changer. And please, don't try to go from waking up at 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. overnight. That's a recipe for disaster. Just start by waking up 15 minutes earlier this week. Next week, another 15. Let your body adapt.
And this is the most important rule of all. It is absolutely 100% non-negotiable. Waking up at 5 a.m. is completely useless. In fact, it's bad for you if you're sleep deprived. This entire system is built on a foundation of 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. That means your bedtime is just as important, if not more important, than your wake-up time.
So now that we've broken down all the how-tos, let's just zoom out for a second and refocus on the real why. Because honestly, waking up early isn't the goal itself. It's just the vehicle. The true transformation is in what that extra time and clarity and control actually allows you to do.
This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? This whole routine, at its core, is an act of defiance. It's a stand against living in a reactive, chaotic world. It's a conscious choice you make every single morning to live your life on purpose.
And let's be crystal clear about something. This is not a magic pill. Your problems are not going to magically disappear. But what this routine does give you is the quiet space, the mental energy, and the self-respect you need to finally start working on them. That goal you've been putting off forever, the anxiety that's always buzzing in the background, this is how you create the conditions to finally move forward.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. If you had a quiet, focused, uninterrupted 2 hours every single day, all to yourself, what would you do with it? What project would you finally start? What skill would you learn? What part of yourself would you finally have the time and the space to build? The answer, well, it's waiting for you at 5 a.m.